G'day guys, it's Ryan and Hanu here from Aventi, and we're doing this latest video now to give all our current clients and everyone that's waiting on their allocations just to update what's been going on behind the scenes, what we've been working on, all the latest production efforts we've been doing, and a lot of changes and a lot of growth too in the last, what's it been since the last time we did a video on?
Well, it's been ages, and I think that's one of the things why we're doing this now, to really bring people on the same page, because we started really vocal, really raw, really real, in a sense that you and I would just hop on in a cafe and just be like on our phones doing interlive.
We were doing weeklies, very transparent, answering every question.
And the reason why we stopped doing those things was because our brand had shifted from early days of being, a crowd-funded project into what it is now, competing with the top luxury brands of the world. And as we are positioning ourselves on that level, we can't behave in a certain way that is how we used to, because we've simply changed, we've grown, we've developed, and that's the main reason why we haven't been doing those lives and those live updates and those impromptu kind of activities, which is still a lot of fun. I love doing it, and that's why doing this is also fun, because we get to go into details that we don't talk about, that we don't share. And the reason why we're doing it in this format, it's private, it's exclusive, it's only for people like you watching now, and it's for our family. And this is the kind of balance that I want. It's almost like that, behind that curtain, this is, the secret club, right? And I think one of the things that's important to share and to really understand now is that where we've gone from and where we're going to is huge. And even though there's been road bumps and delays and things that have come up, we're on the trajectory that is going to put us on par, if not at a greater level, than some of these world luxury leading brands. And even now, I'm being careful with what I'm saying as well, because we have been a target, and we've had certain delays and certain issues come up, mainly because we've been popping up on the radar with some of these top brands and competing for machining time on manufacturing machining. And that's huge. Like, we're getting knocked back. We've had experiences of sabotage as well, and that's normal in this industry. That, well, as far as we didn't realize before, obviously, but when we had parts destroyed or damaged that doesn't make sense, that possibly could have during transit, we start to ask questions, right? And so now, one of the biggest hurdles that we've overcome, and the biggest cause of a lot of these issues that we've had in delays and getting people their pieces, has been a transition from a partner that couldn't protect us in that sense, to now a partner who has the respect, authority, and history that we can rely on. It's almost like mafia stuff, right? You got to pay the right box, otherwise.
We've really been pushing our partners too, beyond what they're used to as well, in terms of quality control, everything.
Well, and that's the biggest thing, and what I can really talk a lot about is the systems and processes that it requires. And now we're at the end of our evolution, coming from this very individual driven organization, moving into a role driven organization. And I think a lot of our family who are, most people, if not all people who have an Aventi, they are successful people. So you guys understand what it takes to be successful, to do what you need to do to create that success, and you can appreciate what we're going through as well. And I think that's the biggest thing. So we've gone through a massive transition. We haven't been doing those impromptu lives, mainly because of the reason, as I mentioned before, we've moved into this whole new realm of of our brand, and that value that we're delivering now is insane. And so as we transition, we're finding ways to keep true to ourselves as well, because this is us. Like, I don't want to not do these things, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's important.
That's why we want to help, give back to the clients that have supported us since day one. Whether you've got a watch already, and these stories we're hearing now, a lot of people that have been getting their watch, they've been, beyond, it exceeded their expectations. That's been amazing.
We with the allocations that have been delayed, when they finally receive it, it's I don't want to talk too much because I don't want to talk about the experience that you will have if you're waiting, but it is absolutely insane. I got a call from someone and they said, this is too good packaging for that price watch.
Yeah.
And for someone to say that about a $15,000, $20,000 plus purchase it's crazy.
Well, this one thing to touch on too is our core values at Aventi, what we don't want to steer away from. Their brand is elevating, it's going to new heights, new innovation, crazy materials, higher price points, but we will still always stay true to the value proposition. And
that's what we've talked about, right? So say we're, with this piece that you're wearing now, the Wraith, that piece, as it stands, is one of our more expensive pieces. But when you compare it to what's available on the market, it's a drop in the ocean compared to what that should cost if that was, another.
Yeah, technically brand. Our hottest watch on the website that you guys see on the website.
There's still a lot of hidden products and secret pieces that we've got, and I mean, feel free to ask about them. But
this is by far the most popular watch and our best watch to date that's on the website at the moment. And we're very limited in the allocations with this. We only do around between 10 to 20 per month worldwide. That's on a global scale. So we're getting a lot more celebrities now, a lot more of your big clients that have multiple heavy hitter pieces. A lot of our clients or myself or you traveling now to watch events, other big events or dinners and whatnot, this commands a lot of attention. And guys will have, your heavy hitter brands, but everyone is asking about this or wanting to try it on. And we're friends with some of the other big independent brands, pretty close with them, and it's been great to see the client reactions and other people's reactions. It's been amazing. Someone even bloody, as cheeky as this is, guys, because we do as much as we can to keep these limited, rare, and retaining value for now and in the future. But someone was cheeky and did sell one of the first allocations.
Yeah, I got a message from one of the clients. We got clients all over the world. It was a client that was in New York that was actually at this auction house. They walked in and they said, "What's this? There's an Aventi up for auction."
Yeah, we got a lot of people sending.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Sending us photos,
So when I saw that, I was like, "This is insane!" Like, well, first of all, we shouldn't have that happen with our clients, especially our clients that receive things, early. A lot of these clients that receive very early, they help us a lot. That piece was bid on, and they had a number of bids on it.
Someone ended up selling it for over 60,000 USD, which is insane. It's crazy. We retail
like almost
this at
triple the price almost. Yeah.
But that goes to show the demand now for this has grown exponentially over the last year, especially in the last 6 months. Even though you see the market correcting on a lot of pieces.
It's an indication of supply and demand, mainly market corrections, right? But there's hardly any supply of our pieces. So, and our demand every single day goes up more and more. We get more hits on our sites, more applications.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk too much about it, just in case. I don't want to get involved in the legal
talking
issues.
About that, we've gone through some big transitions, right? You're wearing the Royal Blue Sapphire A11, and to as a message to all you guys out there that are lucky enough to have an A10 or an A11, you're very lucky to have a special piece, because if you guys haven't seen yet, we've revamped our website. We have a fully new website now. We're going through big transitions and growth, and you'll see allocations paused, which is kind of our way of saying we've discontinued those guys. They're not coming back. I'm sorry. So if you're waiting on allocation, or you have one already, congratulations.
We will be doing a price increase as well. As mentioned in an email before, we will be pausing and discontinuing allocations for the Ghost, and that is one of the hottest, the most in demand, the most amazing pieces that we've ever created. The rebirth, the death to tradition. This is our key hero piece, our flagship piece that is so important to us as a brand, and that piece is essentially going to be discontinued. And I personally feel it is way undervalued. So I have to do a price increase, continue.
We're long overdue
because
for a price
yeah,
increase.
because I have to bring the prices up, because it's not. I don't think it's a fair price. I think it's unfair on us because of how much time it takes to make, how much it costs to make, and the quality of the piece. Like, there is nothing. It's shockingly, underpriced. And look, we wanted to do that to really, really make an impact in that transition into Swiss, right? So, look, I think that's important to share as well. Just so you know that will be at a high price. I will wait to discontinue it, just to make people understand that higher price is where it should be at. And I think that price increase, you might not agree with me, but I'm going to do a fairly big price increase, mainly because I think we should price it as it's worth, in a fair way, not in a price it as in like if it was another major brand. I think we should still maintain truth to who we are, but I think it's still significantly undervalued. So. Yeah.
And as we're growing too, guys, he's got some special pieces he wants to talk about.
And this, like, to be honest, like we filmed this before, right? And something happened, and the video was, it was cut. But the biggest thing that I really want people, like, if you're watching this, please message me or us, right? And let us know what you want to see in terms of us when we come to a major city or town near you. I want to do something different. I don't want it to be just an event where people are, drinking whiskey, smoking cigars, and like this whole typical luxury experience. Or I want to do something crazy. So if you guys have any ideas, I've got some crazy ideas, but Aventi is different.
I've got some crazier ideas. But yeah, we want to start bringing that community together because people that have the watch are their friends, family, everyone asks how can they get one, all the rest of it, right? And the reactions we get, the messages we get, the emails, the voice notes.
Look, at the end of the day, you don't wear a watch to tell the time. Simple as that. But they see me walking out with this watch or another sapphire or the Ghost, especially the Ghost, timing. Yeah. People are like shocked. They're like, wow. They come up to me, they talk to me, and it's a massive conversational piece, right? Commands respect. People ask, okay, what is that? Wow, that's amazing. Never have I ever got that with another brand, an independent brand. Never.
Yeah. And a lot would agree on that. Yeah. It's amazing to see. Well, we should give a little sneak peek.
Look, let's talk about this.
But also talk about, we're doing a lot of innovation in the back end too. So Hanu's kind of the mad scientist working on a lot of things all at once, including our current pieces. Amazing, right? What you see on the website, but also we're planning for the future and for years to come to be competing with the big brands. So that doesn't just mean launch a new watch and be done with it. That's innovating with materials, with machinery, everything.
Let's talk about that. All right, so this is something this is a draft, first of all, right? So this is part of a watch where we've innovated on so many levels, but it's not even the watch that's important, not even this piece that's important, even though there's an insane amount of detail. This is probably 50% detail of what the final product is. And I don't want to show the final product because I don't know who else is watching this. So the innovation is beyond the piece itself. It is something that we spent a lot of money on. Like, we're talking in the millions of dollars. Our profits that we've reinvested in the company, and I'm putting all my eggs into, these baskets, right? Yeah. And that's the nano machine that we've developed. This is the biggest thing that we've ever done, and even in the watch industry, the watchmaking industry, this is something that's beyond anyone else's capabilities. We have developed a machine that is essentially a CNC machine that operates on the nano level, the tolerance of our machine is 1 micron. As far as I'm aware, some of the best machines, the absolute best machines in the Swiss watchmaking is 3 microns. So we're 3 times more accurate in terms of tolerance.
Yeah,
this
right.
machine that we've helped develop, that we've worked with a partner to develop our own machine,
Yeah.
is essentially, it has to be set up in a very specific way. The humidity has to be controlled, the leveling, everything about
And
it.
these prototypes that you're making, we're creating are amazing and microscopic level
Well, look,
of detail.
this is a microscopic level of detail. The whole point of doing this is that we want to do something that combines the idea and the levels of hand craftsmanship with technology to create something that's impossible, completely impossible to do.
Mm-hmm.
So by hand it is impossible to do this. You cannot do this. But using 3D software with tablet, right?
Yeah.
An artisan our artist has created every single tiny detail. I'm talking over 10 million points.
And tell people.
10, no, think about it. No, just stop. 10 million. Do you know how many months? Day and night, day and night, day and night. Over 4 or 5 months straight, she has created this. Every single scale on this dragon is hand done. It is as realistic as possible. And what you see here in this draft is nothing. This was just a little test.
Yeah.
But even getting this level of detail is phenomenal, right? So that nano machine is going to enable us to do levels of finishing that is not possible by anyone else. Like, no one can do
And
it.
there's a lot
In the
of
industry, no one.
the luxury brands that have done dragon watches before, very extreme price points, extreme detail, and this is
That's
on another
no
level.
detail.
Yeah.
What they think is extreme detail is nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. There's a lot more thought, passion, and creativity put into our pieces than the other brands, in my opinion.
That one took
I
a long
obsess
time
over
and
it.
a lot of trials to get that right.
Even we still improve things, but this dragon is on it. There's nothing that can compete with it. There's absolutely nothing in terms of detail. It's like game over. That inside, green croc, found the croc from, I think it's from Hermes's farm. The Nile croc, yeah. So we used saltwater croc before, but now we're using Nile croc because it's softer. Saltwater was amazing, but mate, it takes months for it to like mold and feel comfortable. It's hard, very tough.
Yeah.
Nile croc, amazing. This is the same croc they use for their Birkins. Look it up, amazing, insane. Green, this color is like the forest green. This with the gold carbon, forged gold carbon case, solid gold dragon inside. Special hands. I don't want to talk about what else we've done with the hands. Special hands, not normal. Hopefully we can pull it off. We're still working on it. But this is a feat in our production range where and we talk about this a bit as well. And you're like, oh, we need more normal pieces, but for me, mainstream. But yeah, we do. We need to have a range. But for me, it's like what makes Aventi is pushing what's possible, having emotion that people haven't felt before. When they experience this piece, it's going to be something
And
special.
on that point too, guys, a lot of people ask us, we are looking into other complications as well.
Of course, yeah.
And movements, that's a given.
Well, it's not what we're looking into it. We are developing
we're working
it at the
on
moment.
future models.
This is behind the scene. We're not gonna. This is insane. This is Opal. We developed Opal, better than Opal. We're still confirming the name
This is
because it's
insane.
our material. We
This is the
developed
world's
this material.
first.
Yeah. I don't have the name confirmed. Final. I don't want to really call it Opal because it's not. It's Opal isn't really usable as a material. So we developed our own version of it. Right. That we're talking tens of millions of years compressed into our process, just like what we do with sapphire and what we've developed with sapphire.
Yeah.
doing these crazy colors that don't even exist, which I'm about to get into, we have developed opal. Now the opal, this is more like a Cooper opal, which is a lighter opal from Australia, obviously, and we won't be using this. This is my personal watch that I just made because I liked it.
This is insane though. The colors. Anyone that's seen that in person has been blown away.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. But I want to release it. I got something more special.
Yes.
Something better. I don't want to talk about it. So we'll move on from there. But there's the opal.
Yeah.
Now this is
one of the
level.
next up and coming pieces, guys. A lot of people ask us when's the next model coming or what's next. This is one of the very next ones.
This is the
to come.
This is the piece, in my opinion. This is the hottest thing. The pink champagne. And this thing, diamond web dial, solid gold, rose gold, diamond web dial. Lots of diamonds. I forgot how many there are. I think there's hundreds, right? And sapphire hands. This is a prototype. The final version will have something that no one, as far as I'm aware, no one has done this, but engraved with our machine onto the sapphire on the top, not underneath, onto the top, and placed loom.
Swiss super
It was very difficult for us to engrave up in because you won't have loom.
Yeah.
Because loom to come through, it would be inconsistent because it's very difficult to polish, get clear, apply the loom from the inside. So we're going to put it from the top down. We're still testing it, but it's looking like we can actually pull it off, and it will glow like nothing else. Yeah. And that piece with that setup with this color, this has been the most attention I've ever gotten from anything.
And this is getting, guys,
even over the opal.
Pink, we thought a lot of women would be wanting this, but it's mostly guys. And
I think the whole team thought it was a women's watch, but I was like, no, this is for men. Like,
because this is so rare, and there's only one other very, very high-end brand that does a similar color in a similar sapphire.
Millions.
And it's in the millions.
Millions, yeah.
And very limited production.
Yeah, and this, in my opinion, I really enjoy this.
Yeah.
This is something where I've been sitting in cafes, groups of people pointing, looking. I know what they're talking about. And this piece is a piece that basically when you get something or you're at a certain level and you think, you know what, I've made it. Like, this is it. And a lot of people who achieve certain milestones or are successful in their own fields, they get to that point and they're like, I'm done. Like, this is it. You know, I had that feeling in Rolex when I was purchasing, and I was able to, this was ages ago, I was able to buy a Platinum Daytona, which is, as you know, one of the craziest Rolexes you can buy, right? So I'm sitting there, I've just purchased it, and they're like, do you want to see this? You want to see, our other client, you want to see their watch? You want to see her watch? It's like, okay, sure. I walk around the corner, she's there, she's taking off their watch, I look at it, it's like, Rainbow Daytona. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, so anyway, I was at this cafe and this guy had an RM on, right? And I saw it in his eyes when he saw my wrist with that watch. He felt that he was outdone because of this watch.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the craziest feeling. Because you feel it, you're like, wow. Okay.
That's why I love these client stories now. And anyone that gets to experience it in person is just,
because you know that this is something special. Yeah.
So a lot to take in, guys. We'd love to show you more, and I think we're going to do more of these and keep it private with our current existing clients, future clients, and we'll continue this, keep sharing new information with you guys. And on that note, thank you so much for watching, and we can't wait to chat to all of you soon.
Thank you. Cheers.